My name's Klaus Shipman. I'm a freshman recording arts student. I'm an audio engineer at the Recording Arts Department in the School of Film and Television. Mostly what we do is cleaning and servicing of studios. We're also in charge of renting out equipment for the sound for films and things like that. We also do a lot of cleaning. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I go through with my coworkers, or with my freshman coworkers, I should say, and we clean all the studios that the record department has. We make sure that all the speakers are clean and free of dust. We make sure. Technically, I've been at the office the entire school year, but I've only been an officially hired employee since about the third week of November. Probably the best part about that job is the fact that you have a bunch of very qualified upperclassmen and also a bunch of very qualified staff that pop in and out of the office, and sometimes if you have a minute or two, they'll teach you a couple of things about the way a microphone works or the best way to solder a cable or things like that. The main reason why you stick around at the RECA office is definitely because you want sort of insider knowledge. I wanted a job on campus because I was allotted federal work-study money, and so I wanted to fulfill that in terms of paying for college. But the other reason why is because I wanted to get used to working in a more professional environment. Normal RECA majors have a bit more of a difficult time getting work. But because if you work at the RECA office for 4 years, you have a lot more, let's say, hands-on and maybe technical knowledge with repairing equipment. And it was highly competitive, yes. Last year's sophomore class has no representation at the RECA office because all of them applied. Or one way or another, or simply decided not to work. I don't know if they were fired. But needless to say, there is no sophomore representation in the office. And so because of this, my boss was thinking that maybe he would hire more. It ended up being 5. We went through the extensive night training and that, and also this process that's called tech setup, where we wake up at 6 to clean all the studios.
That's harsh.
And that was meant to sort of weed out the people that weren't very serious about it. I think that LMU as a whole does a fairly good job of making sure that students have an opportunity to work on campus. I don't necessarily know that they do such a good job of encouraging people to do a job that is best suited for their major. I think that LMU should try and do something to encourage the fact that people get on set. But I think that one thing that maybe it might be good to do in sort of an introductory class, like for instance I'm taking RECA 220 right now, I think that it might be good to encourage people that are taking prerequisites to more advanced RECA classes, methods of how to get on campus. Or it's not to get on campus, I'm sorry, but rather to get on set. The work conditions are pretty good. We joke that sometimes, occasionally, our safety standards are lacking, but our boss usually does a good job of keeping us protected. Recently he thought about putting earthquake netting up on top of the things that are on the very tops of the shelves, so we get protected from the big one that's coming. Other than that, no, yeah, we're very safe in the office. I would highly recommend that any beginning recording arts student applies for the job at the Recording Arts Department office. It is worth the heartache and the lack of sleep, definitely, because you learn so much more being at that office. I think my boss has a great quote. Firstly, let me preface it by saying that the audio engineering world is unfortunately rather male-dominated, and so that sort of explains his particular quote, which is, "College doesn't make you into real men, I do." So he really teaches you, and working at the office, you learn a lot just by being in contact with a lot of people that know exactly what they're talking about and are also interested and passionate about pursuing the aesthetics surrounding audio. So I love my work there, and I would absolutely encourage anyone and everyone that is interested in sound to apply there.